Hey guys, it's Master Allen. In this video, we are going to go through your yellow belt footwork. Now, the yellow belt footwork is all focused on the side horse stance. So we spent a lot of time in your front horse stance when we practice our material. The side horse stance, I take this, and it's the way that my head is pointed is what makes it different. And so when I'm facing this way, front horse stance. When I'm facing this way, side horse stance. So my feet don't actually move. It's about which way my eyes are pointed or which way my intention is pointed. And oftentimes the difference between one stance and another stance is sort of about your feet. But every now and then there'll be something like this where a different name, a different stance, it's all just your horse stance. It's just that we're pointed in a different direction. So then the words we use in class are to help you be able to orient yourself the way we want you to. All right? Now, the two ways we want you to be able to move in your side horse stance are shuffling and pivoting, okay? And so the way they work, I want to start from my good horse stance, back up straight, toes forward, and then I take my head and I'm going to turn in one direction or the other direction. And so for a shuffle, I want to take the back leg first and move it forward. And so the back leg is going to come up to the front leg, and then the front leg is going to step out. And so with the shuffle forward, it's two steps. I have the back leg slide in, the front leg slide out, and that's my shuffle. So again, slide in, slide out, okay? And the shuffle back, I take the front leg, slide in, back leg slides out, and now I'm in a new side horse stance. I want to make sure when I shuffle that my head doesn't come up and down, so I don't want to go. I want to stay relatively level. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but that is making sure that I keep my knees bent, that I've got my back up straight, and I'm not bouncing in my stance. I want to glide as I shuffle forward and backward. And so the shuffle is one way to quickly move either forward or backward, in or out, okay? And when I throw strikes with my shuffle, it's going to happen off of the lead side. So if I shuffle forward this way, this hand is the lead side, that would be where I throw a strike. If I shuffle backwards, I'd be striking with the same hand. You can do strikes off the back with your shuffle, but it's really difficult to get reach with your arm. It's good to practice sometimes to work on being able to rotate your upper body, but especially when you're working on this, don't focus on this part quite so much as being able to do this, okay? Because the arm will reach longer, your body is going to work better in this direction. And so if I'm going to shuffle with hand strikes, the best way to kind of do this, I'll go forward, maybe I'll throw my front two knuckle punch. And then I return to on guard as I go backwards and throw my front two knuckle punch. Does that make sense? And then it would be the same thing in the other direction. So I want to practice both sides whenever I'm shuffling and hand striking so that I don't work on one side, get really good at it, and then the other side doesn't develop. Make sure you balance it out. Now a pivot is actually very similar to a half moon. So if you've already watched the white belt with movement video, the half moon stance and the half moon step, I take one foot, it moves to the middle, and it moves through the middle to go to the new stance. And so if we think about a half moon that way, where I'm drawing one foot in and sliding it out, or drawing it in and sliding it out, in a pivot I'm actually doing the exact same thing, where I move my foot through the middle, but I stay on a line while I do it. And so if I point towards you, when I pivot, I don't want my foot to go around, okay? And I don't want to lift my foot up. I want it to slide, and I want it to slide through the middle. And so one of the skills that we're working on with the pivot is keeping the foot so that as I pivot and as I move, I'm staying balanced and I'm moving through my center instead of around. So it works exactly like a half moon, except like I'm on a really, really narrow bridge. And now when I work on my hand strikes pivoting, the hand that ends up the front hand is going to be the one that I want to strike with. And so if I go back, or I go forward, it's the hand that's in front or closest to the direction that I'm punching that's the hand that I want to use to strike. So as I go back, as I go forward, so as we work the pivot, I slide through, new foot forward. I slide through, new foot forward. Slide back, new foot forward. Now, you'll notice, before I take my step, I'm adjusting the foot. So when I pivot forward, I take the front foot, I point the foot in the direction that I'm going to go. That creates a path for the other leg to move through, to slide through, as I then move and establish a new stance. And as I pivot back, back foot turns, same thing, to establish a path. Now when I point at you, one of the things you'll notice is as this foot turns, it allows my hips to point in the direction I'm going to go so that my foot can come through the middle, instead of, if I try to do it like a shuffle, when my hip doesn't turn, now it's really awkward to try to step through. So I want my hip to move through as I pivot forward. I want my hips to allow my legs to move so that I can stay balanced as I pivot. So, at yellow belt, you need to understand the shuffle, you need to understand the pivot, and you need to be able to add hand strikes with both sets of footwork. In general, with your footwork, a hand strike delivers when your weight transitions. So when I have them forward, my weight transitions, that's when I punch. When I shuffle, my weight transitions here so I can actually punch there, but then it transitions again here so that I can punch again. Most of the time when we shuffle and ask for a strike, especially at a yellow belt level, we'll throw the strike right there at the end. But especially as you get more advanced, we're going to want you to be able to strike at either one of those weight transitions, or even both. So practice this. Come back to this video as often as you need to, and I will see you again soon.